Hey guys, we've got two anonymous questions today. The first one is, what is the best decision you have ever made? When you look at my life and my track record, you'll notice I'm pretty great at making horrible, horrible decisions. If my successes were as spectacular as my failures, I'd be a very rich man. As far as the best decision is one that I've made several times over the last several years, and that's the decision to keep writing. There's been so many times where I've reached a point where I felt like it was hopeless, that it was never going to go anywhere, and I just decided to quit. And then I would get an idea, and it would always be like, well, let's try this one last thing out and see where it goes. And that's usually whenever I hit my big projects, and that's what usually keeps me going. And then once they're finished, I've got a newfound respect for my craft and this new drive. And the thing that's really awesome about it is that all of those bad decisions that I had made suddenly seemed like they were worth it, because I'd get a story out of it, or a book, or an idea. And in the process of telling those stories, I learned from it and grew not only as an artist, but as a person as well. And hopefully I can take those lessons and do better next time. I always think that even pain and ugliness can be beautiful if you know how to look at it in the right eyes. And never giving up my craft, I've done some pretty amazing things on my own. I've written 3 books, 2 of which are unlike anything you've ever seen. We'll get back to that in a second. I've taught myself how to do things that people would have to go to college for, have to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars in order to learn how to do, and I just figured it out just by experimenting. Like my website, whenever it was up, I had never done that before, and I spent on one page alone 250 hours just trial and error figuring that shit out myself. And the end product was such where I had people who designed websites for a living, they didn't know how I did it, like they had never seen anything like it before. And you kind of learn to rely on yourself a lot. Like I've taught myself so many things, and by experimenting and never giving up. If it's something that you're passionate about and it's something that you feel like you want to do with your life, fuck the naysayers, do it. Go and live your dream. So yeah, that's probably the best decision I ever made, was just not to give up. And writing is the only reason I'm still alive today. Without it, I'd have been dead years ago. So that's something. As for the second question, Anonymous wants to know what I'm most proud of. It's really hard to pick what I've done, and that's the one thing I'm most proud of, because I'm proud of every word I've ever written, even the shitty ones. But if I had to pick one project of mine, it would have to be, without a doubt, I Have No Reason to Dream. Like whenever, I don't know who you are, so I'm not answering. Whenever you look at my this book, it's insane. Like how many levels it works on. It's so fucking intricate, and that's my biggest dream, is to actually have a copy like this printed up so you can hold it in your hands, because it needs to be shared. Like you can read that for years and still not figure everything out. A close second would have to be the project I started up recently, FRH Studios, because like every day, like it gives me something to work on, and it gives me something to look forward to, and it allows me the opportunity to not only read brilliant writings from strangers that I wouldn't have known otherwise, but I also get to share that with you, the audience. it's fucking phenomenal to me, and I've got plans for it. Like, I dream fucking big, and a lot of times they fall through, but it's only going to take one to put me on the map, and I want to take you guys with me. So I've got plans for the studios. They're nowhere near close to being realized, but they're on the horizon, so keep your eye out. But yeah, that's the thing I'm most proud of. If you have any other questions, ask. Alright, until next time.